Hotness Times, 1841. In our sundown preambulations of late through the outer parts of Bovey Tracy, we have observed several parties of youngsters participating in TOLF and TOLF-related activities, a certain game of orb or ball. Let us go forth for a while to get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of TOLF is vainglorious, not to mention wicked cool and boozy. The Scrotum, Walt Whitman. Sorry, I didn't mean scrotum, I meant scribe. My bad. You don't have to pay me for that take.
Well, there it is, incredible. After 37 straight titles, Kenny Rockman III is relinquishing the You Don't Stink Mink to African neophyte Raz Razamataz. Obviously overcome with emotion, Raz bolts for the loo. Wow!
I don't believe what I'm seeing. The ginger one, young JT Bell, has taken 8 costly whacks. 8 costly whacks! He has lost it! Seriously lost it!
And Dr. Pang takes a wang and whacks it. Oh, whack Stacy, a gesture brazier, the championship's coming on!
Oh dear, 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 dear. Tommy Banks has just tonked it into the 8th jungle. Buck up, Banksy, buck up. It looks like Raz is going to take the title.
In the Smarch of 1909, a man named Kenneth Rockman began secretly and indiscriminately falling trees next to the tiny shed houses in the Flatbush section of Fenton, Missouri, including a site north of the Festus Salisbury Plain called Stonehenge. His hope was to use these parcels of land to start an employment agency and pretzel rod company made entirely from bowling balls. A week later, construction began, and a week after that, Rockman fired himself. Younger brother Schlepp Rockman and his live-in partner Hollerin' Bob Onufrak immediately seized control of the property and chased the older Rockman from the property with something that would come to be known as a whacking stick. The impetuous Schlepp Rockman hardly cared, and hired a pith-helmeted World War I veteran, Ricky the Muscle Parkey, to enforce the grounds, whacking at anything that resembled a large coconut. In 1955, Kenny Rockman's grandson, Kenny III, would end 5 decades of frustration on the very grounds where the brutal melon thwacking began.
Well, for me, it's not even a debate. The greatest, and we should get this out of the way right away, the greatest to ever play was Kenny Rockman. I mean, he won it 37 times, and I'm not saying he's the greatest because I'm related to him, but you can't argue with 37 championships. That's 37 times. If he hadn't retired in 2015 with that elbow injury, he would have probably gone on to win 40, 50, maybe 100 times, maybe 1,000 times. He was that good.
Do you think you can face Kenny Rockman at any time?
I mean, you got other guys out there. You got Razzmatazz. He won it in 2016, but then he went on his Victory York tour. Blue Chow in most major cities. You haven't seen him since. You got JT Bunnell. He won it last year, but a lot of critics say that was a soft field. You got Mad Dog Darren Pang, but he's whipped. Wife won't even let him out of the house. There's Tommy No Thanks Banks. No thanks as in, no thanks, I don't want to win a championship. Boo-hoo. You got some new guys. You got Doug Peterman. Comes down here from Minnesota. You know, all he wants to do is talk about Fran Tarkington. And then you got that German dude. What's his name? John Scheidenfreuden? Or John Stingerleigentorgenvergen? There is one guy I do like. Lenny the Suitcase Griffon. You know, he's got that weird style where he pulls a Samsonite around with him. It's kind of fun. I loved watching him. He had a real attitude. No, it's a pretzel rock.
You know the problem with all these guys, though? They got the Yips, which stands for yakking instead of practicing stuff. That's why there'll never be another Rockman. He never yacked when he could whack.